Hey guys, welcome to the Crazy Slavs first World Conqueror 4 video ever, I think. Um, this game has been out for quite a while. I've been playing religiously basically since it first came out back in 2017, 2018, I don't remember. Um, it's a pretty good game. Not gonna lie. I've been enjoying it, but it's taking up too much of my time. Uh, this video is gonna be a bit of a hybrid video talking about how to do this final stage of the Doom Warzone. I'm shooting for that 8,600 points. I want to get that armor assault ribbon, even if I don't really need it. um, just for pride and just to see just to see that extra medal being put to use. I've already gone through the other stages of the Doom Warzone. I might do videos talking about how to get through those. But for now, this video is going to be talking about that final stage, and it's also going to be sort of a review of a really good general that I recently purchased for real money, unfortunately, and that was Whitman. He's an excellent tank commander. Full stars, does an extra 30 damage when he's on a tank. He has the golden trifecta of tank abilities, so armor assaults. Once you throw in all the ribbons, he does an extra 50% damage basically, 90% Blitzkrieg, so he basically can attack without being hit back, as well as Panzer Leader, 60% chance to do some pretty crushing blows, and all of that is enhanced by the unique Ace ability that he has, which is the Ace Tank. Ignores 100% of the enemy's defense. I think it's both when he's attacking and when he's defending. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not by the devs, but that actually really helps you out a lot. It's noticeable when you compare it to someone like Guderian. I'm also throwing on the oh, I forgot. This is in the actual headquarters. So I have the Panzer attack, Panzer defense, and Panzer logistics ribbons. Once we get into the actual match, I'll show you what that all does. He also has some extra mobility, so that helps a lot. You can upgrade it, but I don't have the medals to spare right now. I'm trying to upgrade my general so I can squeeze out all of that combat power in the Doom Warzone. Not all of my generals are completely maxed out. You'll actually see some more of my generals in some future videos as I go through the other stages. You want to get access to all three of these ribbons once you've upgraded a general to the purple tier. I think it's something like Marshal tier. I'm not quite sure. Uh, yep, these are my generals. I know there's I went for Patton and Graziani before I went for Rokossovsky. Huge mistake. Don't make that same mistake. But now we'll actually get into the war zone. Uh, the enemy only has 1900 combat power, but somehow you can do 2130 and probably even more if you're willing to dedicate specific generals to it. But let's get into it. We have 14 turns, 6 generals, and 3 nukes, as well as a tier 3 satellite. So to start off with, um, you'll notice that the tanks, the amount of attack they do and the amount of health they have differs depending on the rank. So this one has slightly less attack and slightly less health. You want to get the most out of your generals. They give you a health boost based on percentage. Sorry about that notification. I should probably let my phone charge so this video doesn't cut out halfway through and I lose all my progress. That'd be a lot of fun. So doo come on. Charging, yes, excellent. So you want to get the most out of your general. The amount of damage they do, at least when you're using armor assault, you want to have that extra attack power to get the most out of it. So let's talk a bit more about Whitman now. Um, First, I'll start off with the ribbons. The silver ones, they give you an extra 18% critical hit rate attack. That's not on top of the Panzer Leader. Critical hits and fatal blows are actually different. I think the critical hits do a lot more damage, as you can see. When the ribbon is activated, it does more damage, but it doesn't stack up with the Panzer Leader ribbon. So you don't have a 78% chance, you have a 60% chance and then an 18% chance, which isn't quite the same. Still useful, but uh, not quite as reliable. The Panzer Logistics ribbon is actually huge. Whenever you destroy a city or destroy a unit, you get an extra 24 health back. It basically lets you extend out the lifespan of your tank commander, and it also does you also receive 12 less damage. Um, I got Whitman. I think it was for $8 if I'm not mistaken. With that, you get um, an extra 1,000 or maybe 1,500 medals, as well as an extra general slot in your headquarters, which is useful in these Warzone scenarios. I already had all my generals, so that extra slot was actually really useful for the Warzone scenario. Whitman actually helped me finish all the Frontier missions. That will be another video. There was one Frontier mission in Scorpion Empire, the second in like part two of Scorpion Empire that I was stuck on for literally like a year or two until I got Whitman and I completed it 5 turns faster than was allotted. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Whitman. Pretty good purchase. If you make any purchase in the game, I would recommend buying Whitman. Um, it'll be even more impactful at the very beginning of the game to have a really strong tank commander like Whitman. Tank commanders are the bread and butter of World Conqueror. So let's get into the actual match. We have 14 turns to try to destroy as much as we can. Um, and we'll start off by taking out this artillery commander. Let's hope we get some good RNG. Yes, we do. Notice I'm not going to attack with Whitman. I'm not going to attack this infantry again. If I attack this infantry, it's going to knock him down below half health. The infantry is going to counterattack and he's just going to die, do some damage. If I save the if I don't attack the infantry and the infantry attacks me, I can destroy him in the next turn, and using that logistics ribbon, I'll get some extra health out of it, and maybe also have a morale boost, which will increase the amount of damage that Whitman does. So I'll also use Lieb. Lieb isn't quite as impressive as Whitman. I think that I could theoretically improve his artillery attack, so he's a full star artillery commander. Haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I'm spending my medals on some more important things. He's got silver attack and defense ribbons, extra accuracy, extra artillery leader, and because I had the extra medal slot, he does some extra nuclear damage and air force attack. 5-star artillery leader, 5-star rumor, 5-star accuracy. I really wish they did something better than plane fighting. Crossfire would have been nice. You'll see why. But Lieb, come on, do some good damage. Yes, sir. 189, 146. So you'll see why I moved my tank commander right next to that infantry. Should 105 if I have some good RNG. Yes, sir. So now I did some free damage. I had a chance to get a morale boost for the tank. And I also get some free damage on this infantry down here. Motorized infantry is good against tanks, 50% extra damage, so I'm going to focus on that tank. Bring the artillery round to bear, and also spawn another artillery piece because you want to do sustained damage over the course of these war zones. Maximize the amount of combat power you're taking out. And yeah, I've already taken out 4% of the enemy's combat power going to the next turn. Unfortunately, your infantry is going to take a shellacking right at the start. I want to preserve this mechanized infantry because that has that sapper ability. And in these war zones, the mines actually count for combat power. So you want to save this mechanized infantry to be able to take out these mines, get the most combat power as you can. You also have missiles on this map. And since we have limited industrial production from our city, we want to take it away from combat and stick it on to occupy a factory. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to bring that artillery up to start chipping away at their artillery. What's interesting? One of the best ways to do damage in these war zones is to have the fortresses target only your commanders. Um, it's even better if you have hard hitting commanders like an artillery commander. They take less damage from the fortress's debuff, 40% less damage from fortresses. When they're getting hit by less optimized tank commanders like Kodik, they take less damage and they can have a chance to rumor Kodik and destroy the city, do damage on the return hits. Bring that artillery up. Use infantry against the tank. I'm going to focus that infantry. I want to get them out of the way. When units go below half health, unless they have something like Tide of Iron or a Bonsai, they do substantially less damage, so you want to knock down the damage on these guys. I'm not sure if using that will be enough. No. But I'll be able to use infantry on there. Not infantry, fighter attack. Now let's try to move Whitman into position. That was what, 3 something? Let's hope this is enough to kill this infantry here. No moral boost, but that's fine. What you want to do in this scenario is actually attack the fortress first. That's because when you hit a fortress with a direct attack, it helps reduce the defense. I think you need 1 hit to reduce it the first time, 3 or 4 hits to reduce it a second time, and 6 or 7 hits to reduce it a third time. And you'll see the defense of the fortress 32, it keeps on going down. And in the war zones, as opposed to the frontiers, that defense debuff actually stays around for the entire duration of the fight. So whether you attack it or whether the fortress attacks you and your unit counterattacks, you're doing more damage. So you want to get the health down on these fortresses early. And that'll be my turn. Unfortunate that Lieb didn't hit Kodik with another rumor. That would have been huge. Let's get this artillery out of the way. De-rumor Lieb. Valiantly sacrifice my infantry. You haven't died in vain, good sir. Fortunately, that leaves my artillery vulnerable. You're gonna see a good strategy. So I'm not gonna take out this infantry just yet. If I leave that this mechanized infantry down here, this super tank's gonna kill it, and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna focus on accelerating the amount of damage I'm doing to Kodik in the fortress here. When you attack a city while it still has health, the amount of damage you're doing to the unit in that city is reduced. So I want to take out the health of the city first before I attack it with Lieb. Hopefully he rumors him. Yes, good. And now since the tank can attack again, I'm going to reduce the defense of that fortress. So now when the fortress attacks, I do more damage. When Kodik attacks, he does less damage. Preserve the lifetime of my units in the top corner here. And I'm going to focus my attention to Williams. I feel comfortable letting Williams just wail away on Whitman, because Whitman's just going to wail right back, but hit much harder. Williams is not optimized to be a tank commander. Only 3 stars on tank attack. No tank specialties aside from machinist. If he were artillery, you know, he would definitely be hitting like a truck. He's an artillery commander. These abilities are pretty useful for artillery. If you don't have $88 for Whitman, I think Williams is probably the next best bet for you. I think he's only like $6. Good abilities aside from explosives and machinist. I would much rather have artillery leader and rumor, but they're sort of useful. Don't want to finish my turn before I've let Whitman do some damage. And yeah, I'm getting decently lucky with RNG so far. Unfortunately, I don't know if Whitman's going to be able to take out this infantry with one blow. Yes, he can. Excellent. RNG hasn't treated me actually too well so far in regards to Williams. If Whitman had been dealing fatal blows against Williams, I'd be able to knock out the city health attack again and have some extra health because of the logistics ribbon. That's not meant to be, unfortunately. Some of my artillery is getting shellacked. Rip artillery. I'm not forgotten. I want to have Lieb do some more damage to Kodik, so I'm going to back him out. Back to take out the city health. Bring my tank back so now the fortress can focus only on Lieb. The tank is out of the 3-tower range of the fortress. So Lieb, don't let me down. Yes, sir. Well done. 176. I want to keep my I want to keep that artillery alive, so I'm gonna try to keep my infantry here as bait and try to have the tank attack the infantry instead. Oof. Bad luck, 15% more. If I'd had high morale on that tank, it would have gone through. Next turn. No, unfortunately, they took out my artillery anyway. So now I'm gonna back my infantry out of the city, throw down another artillery piece just to keep that sustained damage going. Knock out the health on the city that Kodik's sitting in. Take out the artillery piece because I want to save the health of my units. I'm gonna bring that back and try to get this artillery, not artillery, infantry. The trees, man. They're in the trees. Knock him down to half health so I can bring the tank back, kill him faster, and have the infantry do less damage. Again, you want to take out the city before you do any major attacks. I want to drop the satellite dish laser beam thingy on him, and let's drop him below half health. So he does less damage, at least for the next attack. In these modes, you want to save as much health as you possibly can. You really need the health. Unfortunately, that's how it be. So now, let's try to get this infantry out of the match. 80% chance, don't fail me now. Oh, I should have, of course. Bad RNG again. Not very based, if you ask me. I want to move my mechanized infantry in position to be able to take out some of these mines. Okay, theoretically, should be able to take the city here. Heal Whitman up, and he has a morale boost. Excellent. I might be able to take out this artillery piece. How much health does it have? 256. Oh, you'll see that he can go through that like butter. That ace tank ability is really huge. He does the same amount of damage whether you're attacking a tank, a fortress, artillery piece, a ship. He does even more damage to infantry. So, no, Kodik. Lieb has not been doing his job with the rumor. The RNG has not been working out. Well with Lieb and rumor and such. So now, this tank is gonna do even more damage. Meanwhile, the RNG for the enemy is working out well. 12% chance seems to be triggering awfully quickly. I missed my chance to take out the mines on the south because my infantry is just caught up in the corner here. So bad luck for me. 20% chance gets activated anyway. Unfortunately, Lieb is also now below half health, so he's doing substantially less damage. Let's do some damage towards that fortress. RNG could definitely be better for this round, but I'm not complaining. Should have attacked the fortress instead so I can destroy that tank next turn and get some health out of it. But nope. I'm going to start moving my artillery up. If you keep it behind these lines in this valley here, and just use your artillery in this position here to attack the tank, none of the units in this corner are going to move up, and you're going to be safe from the fortress. Fortunately, my tank is being, fortunately, a little smackered about. Good job, Lieb. You needed that. So now I can start moving Whitman up into position. And to keep on doing some damage to that fortress in the corner, I'm going to throw down an artillery piece. It's going to be buffed up and protected by the city and by the hospital, so it should last a while. All things holding true, it can do damage to the fortress and help reduce its defense. So now begins the fun part. I think I may have played my cards a little incorrectly here. I'm actually going to throw down some infantry to occupy this position here, so that these units target the infantry and not Whitman, who I want to stay alive, so we can do some good damage. The sooner you can take this city, the better. Hopefully they don't target my artillery and instead it targets the infantry. Osborne, out of his, or Coulson, I don't know, out of his elements. He's a decent infantry fighter. Decent ribbons. He's more of an Air Force guy. He's more of a ship guy. If Whitman stays healthy, he should be able to tear right through him. I'm going to keep on doing my thing in the north. Yes, sir, they targeted the infantry, which is huge. Now I can move south. Hopefully, no, just out of range. But I'm gonna start moving that tank back. Let's start targeting Coulson. I'll keep this infantry alive for the time being. I'm not sure if Whitman's gonna be able to take out that infantry, so I'll give him a quick strafe. Yeah, turns out I needed that strafe. Let's get to work making some nukes. You're gonna need them for the fortresses later on. Lieb isn't making the best time in the north, but I can't complain really. The RNG hasn't been perfect this run. Normally you get a lot more combat power if the RNG works out well for you. I think Coulson managed to use that ability. The cover ability, 12% chance my ass. Of course. Let's move the tank back up. Start chipping away at Kodik again. Another 12% chance. Yeah, it's working out great, isn't it? Let's keep on using the artillery to hammer away at these tanks. Keep on using the artillery to knock away at the defense of that fortress. $56. Let's give him a couple of strafes. Knock him down to a range that my tank will be able to not kill him. Now we can use Lieb to keep on focusing on that city. keeping the artillery up. Try to knock Coulson out of the match as soon as we can. Bring the tank down. Put down another artillery piece in the city there. Coulson 251, okay. Let's give him some strafes. There you go, good man. $213. Think you can do it? No, will I have missiles? I'm gonna use them. If this was a 3-star city, I'd put the Space Center ability on it, but no such luck. Don't have the resources to make another. Oof, that's unfortunate. I would be able to make another nuclear bomb in time for the end of the turn at wave 14, but no dice. Let's hope that Whitman can take out that tank. Excellent, he can. I'll throw down another artillery piece in the city here, just so I can have a chance to keep on attacking these cruisers. All of the units in the war zones are actually not fully upgraded, at least for some abilities. This actually helps you a lot compared to the frontier modes. So now I can rely on artillery to start doing a lot more damage for me. Dude, this RNG is not treating me, not treating my artillery well. But yeah, I've hammered away at this fortress long enough, you can see that. I went from like 32 defense down to 8. And the lower defense of a unit, the better. I can start using that tank to good effect. Keep using Lieb to good effect. Put Whitman down. If I had another commander, you know, he'd probably be sitting in this city right now, or in this city. Probably this one because it has the strategic bomber ability. Now, I want to actually bring my artillery really close to the city, to the fortress. Leave it out of range of the missile cruiser, so the only thing it can attack is Whitman. Let's just keep on hammering away. I'll give this guy like a strafe, so maybe he dies when he attacks my artillery next turn. Sometimes the fortresses and the units attack even when the match is theoretically over because the AI gets to go one more turn. Let's just move him there for shits and giggles. Now begins the bombing campaign. I'm going to target this fortress first because it has low defense and I can get the most damage out of it. Leave again has the air attack. Imperial Eagle ribbon. So he does an extra 25 Air Force attack, but the city doesn't have Air Force. But the nuclear bomb's an extra 36% damage on the nukes. And that's what I'm buying into right now. Always make sure to use your nukes in these war zones. They do a lot of combat power. I think I was at, what, 1800? Now I'm at 1900 something, and I've only used 2 nukes. I'll get to use the rest of the missiles too, a few strategic bombers. I'm not sure if this actually has it. If I nuke that fortress, it might die, and I wouldn't be able to use the artillery pieces or something. I'll just throw some strategic bombers and missiles at it. 270 divided by 75. I have 3 missiles left, so I can safely use my strategic bombers without running out of industrial supplies for the rest of them. Yep. 9 to spare. 25 damage. I might take out one of these artillery pieces and I might not be able to get another hit in, but that's fine. And now I have 3 missiles left to use. on this fortress in the corner. Yep, I did like an extra 300 damage with nukes and missiles, which is huge. Now let's see, 208. It hits back, 195, unfortunately. 2037, not bad. I don't even know what missiles, what ribbons I got. Tank defense, tank offense, some healing abilities. And yeah, I'll show you. I'm at 83, 38. I need 8600 to get the assault ribbon. This is the best I can do in these modes. Guderian Rakosowski is a lot of fun to use in the same match. I absolutely hate this one though. The Air Force one. The Navy one's also quite the pain in the ass. But yeah, that's how to do the final stage of the Doom Warzone. I also gave a bit of a recap of what Whitman's like. Highly recommend it. This Doom Warzone's is really tough. You have to have all of your generals maxed out completely. You have to use all the right medals. You need really good RNG on all of these modes. The game is really forcing you to buy some generals. And yeah, and I'm getting this score after having bought Whitman and having upgraded him to the max that he can be. So I think this Doom Warzone is impossible unless you're willing to actually break the bank. But it's still a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed using Whitman, that ace tank ability. So much fun. And the ribbons aren't even maxed out yet fully. I'll actually probably be able to you know what, let's do that. Let's take all the ribbons off my generals. See what this round of ribbons that I just got, what sort of upgrades I can make. You'll also get a glimpse of all the generals that I have. I think I've got a decent lineup of generals. Let me know in the comments of the videos if you think that there's better generals that I can be using, or better variations of the generals that I have now. Let's see, anything else that's missing? Yes, Rocco. Rocco's the last infantry general that I bought, and you can see because he's not fully upgraded. He should have been one of the first. Yes, sir. Now I can get a gold tank commander. That's real nice looking right there. There's some missions where you use multiple artillery commanders, so I don't want to upgrade this just yet. Nor do I want to upgrade that just yet, because there's missions where you use multiple tank commanders like Guderian and Rocco. Though, I don't think I even really use this ribbon on Rocco just yet because he isn't upgraded. So yeah, I'll upgrade it. Make Guderian even more powerful, make Whitman even more powerful. Yeah, thanks for watching probably what's going to be my first World Conqueror video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll go through other videos at irregular periods and intervals. I am a student, traveling a lot too, so my schedule is quite hectic. I still have an unhealthy addiction to this game though, so you know there's going to be more content coming at some point in the future. I'll go through the rest of the Doom War zones. I'll talk about some of the frontier missions that I've completed. Talk about, you know, general guides and other things like that for a game that isn't that popular and is quite old. So thanks for sticking through the video. I'll see you in the next one.